setting goals for yourself seems to be really important. When, at least if you're looking in the psychology, in the therapy kind of world or self-development world, right? There's an emphasis on setting goals. But they're missing something, right? And I want you to be crystal clear on that. Why are you setting a goal for yourself in the first place? Right? Because if you're not clear on that, you're just wasting your time, energy, money, and everything. Right? Have you ever sat down and think about why is it that you have that goal, that you get that degree or qualification, that you get financially free, or find your lover, your partner, or handle conflict better, whatever your goal is, right? It could also be something more in terms of your hobbies, right? You want to start playing the flute, or you want to start learning how to do yoga, or whatever it is there, right? They're goals. We're setting goals. And while setting goals can, if you've been suffering from depression and things like that, like I have, it can get you out of a sort of more darker focus, how everything's just bad, and looking at the past. It shifts you a little bit out of that into looking more into the future, what you want to get better at, what you enjoy, and things like that, right? So from a distant perspective, that it seems like there's nothing really wrong with setting goals. It's a good thing to do. But why are you setting those goals? Is it truly something within you that wants to learn that skill, wants to have that qualification? Or is it something that actually is more coming from the outside, if that makes sense at all? Like an expectation, whether this is from your parents, from your family, from society at large, that you're supposed to have certain qualifications, a certain amount of money, and things like that, right? So, or cultural as well, right? What you're doing with your spare time, all these kind of things. There could be a set of beliefs, a set of a push you might not even be fully aware of, right? But I really want you to think about this, right? Where does this come from? And not even just that, we're going to take that a few levels deeper, right? Because fundamentally, when you're very, very honest with yourself, it's not even just that. It's not actually that the expectations of other people, that you feel kind of pushed into this can be part of it. But if you're looking a little bit deeper, is there also an underlying currency of wanting to fit in, perhaps? Or perhaps it is to get some recognition, some appreciation, and need to feel special. That was a big one for me. I think a lot of people who felt like they weren't loved in childhood have that huge sense of need of being seen as special, or having someone appreciate you and love you, and these kind of things, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I just want you to be really, really aware of, when you're looking at your goals, are there underlying currencies of that? Right? So we want to look at the expectations, what is coming from the outside that stimulates us, that perhaps we thought that was a good idea, like in your mind you thought that's a good idea to have that goal, but something feels kind of offline. And some of you are probably like me, or very sensitive, or very aware of the subtle shift within my body. I always knew when something didn't quite fit, right? Maybe you're not so aware of that, and that doesn't matter. You just play along here and test out some of the things that I say, right? Whether it is like whether there is that underlying sense of that I just want to be somebody. I just want to be seen. I just want to be heard, right? That there's if there's something there that I say that's oh yeah, then oh okay, acknowledge that. It's beautiful, right? And when you're going a level deeper, looking at this even more deeply, why are you acting in certain ways? Why this feels like you're compelled to do. It's not even just that you are wanting that or needing that recognition, right? So in some terms, some teachers out there or some psychologists or therapists and things actually speak of this almost as if it's a human need to be successful, a human need to belong, a human need to be liked and all this, right? I don't particularly agree on that kind of school of thought, right? So and that's okay, right? It's just a way of thinking, because if I go deeper and deeper, it just didn't fit for me. Because when I look at this, when they said, for example, that sense that I wanted to be seen as special, right? Or someone appreciating me, someone seeing that I'm actually trying really hard here, right? or just let something be okay, right? When you had teachers or people constantly correcting things that you're doing and stuff like that, right? There's a driven, well, the goals that we set in our adult life, if you're not clear on them, what's the underlying currency of that, it's just driven by past kind of stuff. I nearly said shit, but it is, right? It's this past kind of conditioning, the patterns, the habits, the behaviors that we accumulated, and we are almost oblivious to, but we want to go deep, right? So it's not even just a need. There's a fear of not belonging. There's a fear of not being loved. There's a fear of getting to the end of the life and feeling like I was not successful, right? There's a fear there. So I'm asking you again, why are you setting that goal? Is this a goal that is truly driven by passion, or is this goal driven by fear? Only you will know the answer to this, right? But have the courage to really go and look deeply. Is this why there is some resistance for me not actually, even knowing I set a goal and I wanted to do X, Y, Z, but I seem to forget, or I don't actually get motivated. I'm lacking motivation. That's a whole different kind of story. We'll talk about that another day, right? There's something there, right? I just encourage you, just look there. What is it there? Maybe it's not even your goal. It's not meant to be for you. Right? Just explore. Let me know how you go with that.